Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Kapches, President of Chestnut Park Real Estate, and today I'm going to give you the October market report. October has been a little bit like September and then the months before that, where we have broken record after record after record, and October was no exception. We had sales that were in excess of 10,000, which was the highest number of sales for the month of October. Average sale price was 968,000, really indicating how pricey properties are in the Greater Toronto area. Even higher in the City of Toronto, average sale price of about $1,025,000. And on top of that, those prices include condominium apartments, which have been a drag on the overall market, and I'll get into that in a moment. And in fact, that really is the story in the October market. It's the fragmentation that has taken place. So if you look at the market on a universal basis, it looks very strong, very robust. If you dig a little deeper, you'll see that it is really quite fragmented. Fragmented in the sense that, one, the pandemic and both the psychological and economic impact that it's had on buyers has caused a number of factors to take place. Probably the most prominent one that we've seen in October, and we also saw it in September, is an exodus away from the dense, crowded downtown core of the City of Toronto, primarily away from condominium apartments, into the suburbs and into the secondary markets, which we don't report on here, but clearly movement to those markets. Best way to demonstrate that is sales in the City of Toronto were up by a little over 6% compared to October of last year. Yet sales in the 905 region were up by over 35% compared to October of last year. Huge discrepancy, clearly indicating people are moving out to the suburbs, moving out to the 905 region and buying. They're buying space, they're buying sanctuary, they're buying openness that is just not available to people in the downtown core, particularly if their pocketbooks only allow them to buy condominium apartments. That's the other story that's unfolding right now, and it's the impact that the pandemic is having on condominium apartment sales. Condominium apartment sales have dropped off fairly dramatically, and on top of dropping off, inventory levels have gone up dramatically. So for the first time in October, we actually saw condominium apartment sales show a negative variance compared to October last year. That's one of the first times we've seen a negative variance in some time. And on top of that, we also saw prices stagnate. There was basically a 1% drop in the average sale price for condominium apartments. The real concern is the huge inventory levels that are building up for condominium apartments, impacting sales, also impacting rentals. They're picking up for a variety of reasons. A lot of people are, as I said, trying to find space, sanctuary at ground level. And so condominium apartments are coming on the market. Investors are placing condominium apartments on the market because of the situation involving rentals. Huge number of properties on the market for rent. Rental rates have begun to drop as much as 15 to 20% in some cases. So that's a real issue going forward, because as those inventory levels go up, they're going to have a downward pressure on the sale prices for condominium apartments, and there doesn't appear to be any immediate relief in that regard. Certainly, ground level. Semi-detached properties doing exceptionally well. Average sale price is going up, as I mentioned earlier, but we don't see any relief in the case of condominium apartments. That's likely to be a trend and a pattern that's going to continue through the remainder of 2020. 2020 and then perhaps into 2021. So we'll monitor that when we get our November stats. And I actually look forward to commenting on it. It's been such an incredible ride. But the pandemic has not been fair to a lot of industries, airline industry, the entertainment industry, the hotel accommodation industry, and the same seems to be true in the case of the real estate industry, whereas it's had an incredible impact on ground level properties and in the secondary markets. As I said, in the case of condominium apartments and in rentals, it's actually had a very negative impact. So as I said, we'll watch it when we get the November results, and we'll talk about it here. There's more detail related to the market on our blog, and I welcome you to go there.